All right, hello. Remember to ask your sub if you have any questions on last night's homework, or if you have questions on today's homework, she's available for you for that as well. Today we're going to start 8.5. Remember that your quiz is over 8.1. I'm sorry, 8.2, 8.3, and 8.4. You might see a question from today's material as an extra credit question, but it won't be on your quiz on any sort of quiz or test until after spring break officially. All right, so remember from, I think last week we distributed twice here. We did a double distribution when we saw something like this. And we got x squared plus 5x plus 2x plus 10. And when we add it all up, we get x squared plus 7x plus 10. And if we can go in this direction and get this answer, it would make sense that we probably, using some math and some thinking, we could go in the opposite direction as well. This x squared plus 7x plus 10, or this general form x squared plus bx plus c. And in the next section, it'll be ax squared plus bx plus c. All that means is that we're going to put numbers here, here, and here, general form. They're called quadratics. Quadratics because of the 2 as an exponent. It's just what we call them. And so if we look to factor x squared plus 11x plus 24, you're probably like, well, where the heck do we even start, Mr. Korth? Don't worry, I've got a plan. We call it the diamond method or an X method because it looks like an X. It doesn't really look like a diamond, but from here on out, I'm going to call it the diamond method. So we're going to take the middle coefficient, your B, in your general form ax squared plus bx plus c. We're going to take that middle coefficient and we're going to put it on top. And then we're going to take the constant term and we're going to put it on the bottom. And the last step here says to find the numbers. And what that means is that we need to find two numbers that are going to multiply to get the bottom number and add to get the top number. And so that can seem kind of daunting. The ones we're going to do today aren't super difficult. You just need to keep in mind that we're going to multiply for the bottom, and those numbers need to be able to add together to get the top. And so let's list the factors of 24. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 6 and 4. I think I got them all. And so those are all the things that multiply to 24. So when I say it needs to multiply to 24, we're thinking factors. And then I said that they need to add to 11. Well, do any of these factor pairs add to 11? Well, that equals 10. That equals 25. That equals 14. Oh, I wonder why Mr. Korth skipped this one. Oh, because it's 11. So we've got 3 and 8. The most common mistake that I see here is that we fill out the diamond and we say, done, let's move on. I'm making hand motions over here. You can't see me. I suppose I could turn on the video, but I don't really want you to stare at my face, nor do you want to stare at it. So I clear up my workspace over here. So my factors are 3 and 8. Remember that, I don't want to do that. Remember that our original problem, we were trying to set up this original problem that we distributed, and it looked like this with the two terms. And so we're going to put the 3 and the 8 here. And then on the other side of this binomial needs to be x, or whatever variable it is that we're factoring. I think we're doing entirely x's today. If not, we'll use a different variable. But this quadratic, is using x's, and so we just fill in that blank space with an x. It's positive 3 and positive 8 in order to add to 11, and so we say plus 3 and plus 8. Let's try the next one. I lied. Different variable. That's okay. We're still going to set up the diamond the same way. So that middle term, this time is negative 17. So we're going to put negative 17 up top. The last term, 70. We're going to put that on the bottom. And so now we need two numbers that are going to multiply together to get 70 and add together to get negative 17. Well, first you got to think to yourself, how on earth could we possibly multiply together to get a positive number and add together to get a negative 17? That hardly makes any sense. But wait, a negative times a negative is a positive. And when you add two negative numbers together, you're going to get a negative answer. And so we're on the right track here. Negative 1 times negative 70 would give us positive 70. And negative 2 times negative 35 would also give us positive 70, but none of those add to negative 17. Negative 5 and let's see, 70 divided by 5. Negative 14. That's almost negative 17, but it's not. Oh, I know. Negative 10 and negative 7. Those do add to negative 17. So negative 10 times negative 7. Multiply together to get positive 70 and add together to get the negative 17 that we're looking for. So again, we need to make sure we're adding here and multiplying down here. And so again, we're going to give that final answer. We need two sets of parentheses. Your negative 10 and your negative 7 go on the right. What variable are we using this time? K. So we have k minus 7 and k minus 10. And that's it. You're done. We factored it. Good job. Next one. Next time we're using x's, so your final answer will have x's in it. Middle term, going up top. Last term, going on the bottom. We need to multiply together to get 30, but add together to get 13. 1 and 30, no. 2 and 15, close but no cigar. You might be tempted there to do, I don't know, like 15 minus 2 gives you 13. But if I did 15 and negative 2, I don't get a positive 30 product. We're going to talk more about that next week, or at least problems like that. Um, 5 times 6 is 11. I don't know. I'm starting to panic. What options do I have left? Oh, yeah. 10 times 3. 10 times 3 is 30. 10 plus 3 is 13. We have found the numbers we are looking for. The diamond just kind of helps us set up the problem. It helps remind us what it is that we're looking for. It's not necessarily a requirement, but it's a good way to show work, which I know that your math teacher enjoys. So we've got 10 and 3. So we're going to do two sets of parentheses. 3 goes here, 10 goes here. X is our variable this time, so we have x plus 3 times x plus 10. Good news, joke coming on the next slide. Middle term goes up top. Last term goes on the bottom. We need to multiply together to get a positive number, but add together to get negative number. So that means they're both going to be negative again. -1 and -48. Don't think so. -2 and -24. Nope. -3 and I think it's 16. Yeah, -16. Nope. -6 and -8. Yeah, that's the one. -6 plus -8 is -14. You don't have to list every set of factors, but I'm just showing you the factors so that we know what we're thinking about. -6 and -8 are the ones that add together to get -14 and also multiply together to get 48. So those are the ones we're going to use in our final answer over here. So we've got V minus 6 times V minus 8. That's our final answer. It's our most factored form here. And so, what do you call a sleepwalking nun? A Roman Catholic. I think we're going to cut this video here, and I'll finish up the rest of my examples on the next.